There he is. Hey, Patrick.
What's up?
2021 was a phenomenal year for you. You made your professional debut. It so happens to be that your debut was in a tournament. You already came in with a lot of hype. There was a video that went viral. Did you know anything about that video, with that knockout that you did?
Yeah, that was one of the highlights of my my amateur career. That was one of the best nights of my life. I remember it very well. I had my whole, it was in my hometown of Cork. I had all my family, all my friends, everyone down there watching, and I got a nice little knockout in it. So yeah, it was one of my proudest moments.
So let's talk about Combate Global and what you've done and accomplished in La Jaula. You competed in 2 tournaments.
Yeah. What
were the differences in those 2 tournaments?
The first tournament, I actually had time to prepare for it. I had a bit of a camp or whatever leading up to it and all that. The second tournament, I didn't have any training camp for that fight at all. It was literally, I was drinking that week and everything. I was out in the town and I just ended up getting a call and I took it. So the difference was, it was like, I didn't really get to prepare for the second one, but I loved it all the same, You
do have a little history with Mexico. You did train in Mexico for some time.
I did, yeah. So the first tournament, I actually, on my way to America, I had to go to Mexico for just over 2 weeks because of COVID. So we had to spend like 14 days there to be left into America.
And then you faced Isaac Morales in a phenomenal fight, man. I mean, that's a top fight. Tell me about that fight, because, man, that was a roller coaster. You two guys were just having fun in there. You could just tell off the bat.
I think that, the Mexican fighters and Irish fighters are kind of similar. Like, we both, we both like a scrap. We're both dogs, And before the fight, I was saying I wanted a good scrap. I wanted to prove myself to the company, that I can be a real exciting fighter, and obviously Isaac, wanted to do the same thing. Literally didn't stop swinging till the final bell. It was a good fight.
Then you had the other tournament towards the latter part of the year, the USA versus Mexico. That day you were representing Mexico, and you faced Christian Puas Perez. This guy's an undefeated fighter. You came undefeated. It was only a 5-minute fight, though. You got that?
Yeah.
You got lost, but it was a 5-minute fight because of the rules of the tournament. In the tournament, only the finals are 3 5-minute rounds. So I'm pretty sure, Patrick, that had to leave a bit of bitter taste in your tongue.
I think that if it was a 3-round fight and if we had a full camp, I think it'd be different. But I have a feeling we're gonna meet somewhere down the road. Big respect to him. I think he's a great fighter.
It seemed in the first couple of minutes, Puas had the advantage, and you just flipped it at the end. Can you let us know a little bit about that and what went through your mind?
Yeah. He's he had the better game plan going into that fight. He literally he knew he didn't want to strike with me, so he went in when it worked perfectly. He got the takedown. And he just held mount. It wasn't an exciting fight. He just held mount and didn't really do much. It was what it was. But once I got my opportunity, I reversed it and I tried to land as many strikes as I could to try and. I knew there wasn't much time left in the round, so I had to win by causing damage. It was a good fight though. It was back and forth. That's what I think. I think when we have another fight, it would be very, very exciting to have 3 rounds.
So do you think somewhere down the road is 2022, and how do you think this is gonna turn out?
Right now, I'm dropping down to featherweight. So I fought all my fights in 2021 at lightweight, which is 70 kilos, 155 pounds. So I'm dropping down now to featherweight. So I want to make my title run at this weight. This is the way that I should always really be fighting at. So now I'm dropping down a weight division. I'm going to be even bigger, stronger, and fitter. So it's gonna play to my advantage.
How do you feel about getting that Rookie of the Year trophy? And where did you store it? Where do you have it?
It was a great honor to get that award.
And would you want to compete in another tournament this year, or do you want to try to stick to just single fights?
The only tournament I want to compete in is the 100 grand tournament at the end, the Copa Combate at the end.
Right.
I earned the spot for Ireland. I earned the spot, and I was like that. That would have been life-changing money for me. So I was counting on that. But at least someone from Ireland got it. It wasn't me. But next year, hopefully, it'll be at featherweight, and I will have a spot on that team.
Which has been your toughest fight?
Ooh, Isaac Ruelas, 100%.
Any advice you have for young fighters?
Don't spend too much time. Don't spar too hard. You got so many years ahead of you. don't waste all your brain cells in the gym. Just take it easy. Just train more often and train. You don't have to go hard every single day. You're in this game for a long time. If you want to make it if you want to become world champion, it takes a long, long time to get there. So it's a marathon, not a sprint.
How often do you spar?
I don't like getting, I don't want to take any unnecessary damage to my head. I'm 22. Why would I go getting hit in the head every single day? And
what's the history behind the leech?
it was because I was always fitter than everyone. So I used to just drain them of their energy and then beat them in the later rounds and all that. So the leech, sucking the energy out of people.
When I say these names and what they mean to you, and again, try to be as precise, as less words as you can. Conor McGregor,
world champion.
Christian Puas Perez,
enemy.
MMA,
my life.
Combate Global,
my dream job.
La Jaula,
battlefield.
And 2022,
world champion.
Looking back in 2021, if there was one thing that you learned that you will apply into 2022 and in the future of your career that will make you a better fighter, what is it?
Don't take short notice fights.
How many fights would you like to have this year?
I don't know. I love to fight, so we'll see what happens. If someone offers me a fight, I find it hard to say no.
Patrick, I want to thank you so much, man.